welcome to the Lit Review. Also, this is Gizmo. That's my little kitten. He's officially over a year old, team, and I don't think you've ever met him. I have no idea how long he's gonna sit here and behave with us, but he's along for the ride. So, hi! It's been a minute. This is gonna be my LitLand video for January of 2023. So I'm super duper excited to be able to bring this to you again, to restart the channel, to feel all the good feels, because a lot happened in 2022, including me disappearing frequently and kind of losing track of things with my channel. But that's because we moved. I'm in a house, like we have a house now. And so this is the new and improved priority shelf. I will probably switch up this entire like situation. This is not the permanent holding for the channel, but it'll do for now. So this is January's LitLand. The board is staying the same. We're gonna pick up right where we left off and just kind of wipe the slate clean, no punishments, no extra nonsense. But if this is your first time here with me, this is LitLand. I originally based this board off of Candyland, but it's grown a lot since then. What you need to know is that I do 4 pulls of different colored cards that all coordinate to a genre, and that kind of helps me move across the board to potentially get a book haul. We're getting like kind of close-ish. I think we're like here. We're here. I will be continuing with the monthly troll, which is a troll bridge card, and that will have some kind of challenge that we can complete together. You guys can kind of participate. Your participation doesn't have any impact on the board. It's just for fun. But for me, if I complete the troll pick, I can save myself from punishment in February, should that be a thing that I need to worry about. But for the full rules and details, you can find all of that down below in the description box. If you'd like to see that, I will also link past playlist up before, so you can see how the game has evolved a lot since we first started playing it like 2 years ago. Before I forget, I am reviving the Book Covered Book Club. There will be a full video on that coming to you soon, but what you should know for January is that the theme is foil detail. And then I like to try to participate in Buzzwordathon if I can. So Buzzwordathon for January should be life and death. So either the words life and death or some things that could be like adjacent to those. We'll see. We'll see. I'm a little nervous about that one, but no punishments or anything if I can't fit those in. But that's all I'm up to in January. Let's take those 4 polls. It's been a long time since we've done this together, but just as a reminder, Wilbur, when we last saw him, was here on this little blue space. I have not unpacked all of the things and have managed to misplace the used cards, but these are the unused cards. I did, however, save the ones from the last time we played LitLand, so that's why we're where we were, because we ended up boop, boop, boop. So I at least was able to preserve that much in the move, but that's all I know for now. So we're just gonna do our normal thing, and let's play. Okay, 1 orange. Put that here for right now. Boop. Ooh, okay. Poll number 1 for LitLand is orange. And orange is fantasy and sci-fi. So let's talk. I think I'm going to choose Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. So first of all, hello. It works for the Book Covered Book Club because you can see that beautiful foil detail shining in the light. I love this cover so much, by the way. Like, I just think this in general is a beautiful cover and foil details. And then of course it's a special edition, so it has like some beautiful sprayed edges. I have the little signed book plates. You could also, for the Book Covered Book Club, if you wanted to, count gold foil on your hardbacks, which this one also has. You see the quote, "You've been living a dream for long enough. Welcome to your nightmare." Fantastic. Love that for us this year in 2023. Even though this is certainly not a new release, a lot of people have been loving this. And just so we're continuing onward, look at that. Look at that beautiful inside cover. We love this. I think this is technically YA, but I've heard a lot of reviewers say that like it kind of pushes against that boundary into like new adult territory. So I'm not entirely sure how to classify this one, but I do know that it fits the fantasy sci-fi bill for LitLand's needs. So our main character in this is a young female pilot, essentially, but in this world, like, you're piloting what's essentially like a mecha, so a giant battle robot. And typically in this world, like the males are the badass pilots who, protect and defend, and the female pilots are kind of essentially concubines and are meant to be like self-sacrificing. So if anything happens to the pilots, like the women are supposed to sacrifice themselves. But Zetian survives her first battle completely unscathed, and that's what makes her an Iron Widow. That's like the term they give her. The way it's also been described to me is like Pacific Rim meets The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm really fascinated by that. I love the author's like social media footprint on Twitter and TikTok. I really appreciate them, and I love their emphasis on Chinese culture and history too. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of that in here. So really excited for this to be the first pick for 2023. Okay, pull number 2.
One green.
Boop. One green, and green is my color for historical. So one of the things that I want to do is just insert more romance into my reading life whenever I freaking can, because it made me so happy in 2022 to be reading romance more frequently. And I just think that's the way forward for me. Yes, I will still read other things, but expect a lot more romance content coming from me in 2023. So with that in mind, I think we're going to find historical romance. I had this one on my shelves for a while, but I am finally, like, this called to me for whatever reason. And this is Beverly Jenkins' Indigo. So this is a historical romance set in the late 1850s in the United States. Hester is an escaped slave from the South who is now a conductor living in Michigan for the Underground Railroad. And she comes across a kind of legendary conductor for the railroad known as Black Daniel. His real name is Galen Vachon. He's from New Orleans originally, and he's a no-nonsense, totally in control kind of guy. When Galen and Hester meet, he is injured, and so she has to take care of him. And so this man, who is usually in control of everything, suddenly has to give up that control to Hester, who isn't entirely sure she likes him, even if she respects him. So this is their story. I've read several of Beverly Jenkins' American historical novels, and I love the amount of history and context that she puts into them. I really, really want to give this a go this year. All right, moving right along. Pull number 3, right? 3, yeah, we're on 3. Ooh, it's gonna be a rough year.
Ooh, 2 yellow. Boop. Boop.
Ooh, okay, so yellow times 2, which means I get to move forward 2, but it also means I gotta read 2 books to justify that life choice. And yellow is YA. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky because I have not been as much in the mood for YA, but I did just buy some really cool titles. So I think I'm just gonna go with some of my recent purchases that should be YA. I was at Target recently, and I can't walk out of Target with nothing. That's somehow illegal. So I, of course, bought a couple of books, and one of them was I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. The cover is totally what got me sold on this. Like, look at it. Look at it. So the inside jacket describes this as a funny and heartbreaking coming-of-age story for both of its main characters, which sounds like exactly what I need to start my 2023 off with. So this book follows Angel, who is a young Muslim fan of a boy band called The Ark. And Jimmy is one of the main figures in this boy band, The Ark. He's come out as trans recently and has felt a lot of support from his fans, but is also struggling with the fact that his fans are shipping him with his longtime friend and bandmate, Rowan. So there's a lot of like kind of tension in just what it means to be a celebrity, what it even means to be a fan, and both of them finding their identities. And of course, because why not, their paths cross and they kind of get to understand each other and themselves in unexpected ways. Or at least that's what I'm getting from the inside cover. This was definitely a cover buy. This was also a Confidence in Alice Oseman buy, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it just looks really cute. Also something that looked really cute, and I definitely bought on cover and a dash of premise. And that is Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. So I haven't read any Sophie Gonzalez, but I really want to read her other book. I think it's perfect on paper. So this is her recent release, and it is a YA romantic comedy or dramedy. Bear with me here as I try to explain what I understand of this plot. So Maya and Sky are our two main female heroines, and both of them are exes of Jordy, who just started as a regular dude, but his sister married into European royalty, and so now he's pretty famous. And so they get a call, Maya and Sky get a call to be on a reality TV show that's basically about like second chance romance, that Jordy cheated on Maya and then he ghosted Sky. So they both have a lot of questions, and Maya would love to get some revenge. Why this is more interesting to me than just your average John Tucker must die kind of energy is that the girls start to fall for each other on the reality dating show. Can't freaking wait to read this. I hope it's as good as this bonkers premise is. I love the drama. I love the drama. Thank you, YA. All right, last poll number 4.
Oh, another yellow.
Okay. Boop. 1 yellow. Okay, so we're doubling up on the yellows. So that is another young adult. Wow, this is a lot of young adult. And one of them I did to myself, but the others the game did to me. Okay, let me go back and find another YA. So I do have a lot of YA here on the priority shelf, but something was calling me to the shelves in the main living room. Maybe it was just the color, but I decided to go with How Moon Fuentes Fell in Love with the Universe by Raquel Vasquez Gilliand. This has been sitting on my shelf for a little while, and I don't know, something about it is speaking to me right now. And it's not just because it tonally goes with my hair color. Maybe it's because Alice Oseman's book has to do with bands on tour. Maybe I'm just in a mood right now, because this book follows Moon, whose twin sister kind of reaches a peak of social media stardom. So Moon ends up feeling like kind of the ugly, unwanted sister. In the course of this, over a summer, Moon agrees to be kind of like the merch girl on this bus full of beauty influencers, which sounds stressful. Honestly, very stressful. This seems like light enemies to lovers, because Moon has to bunk with somebody that she initially finds is like really grumpy and irritating, and his name is Santiago. He also just happens to be the hottest person she's ever seen in real life. Because of course, why not? She's convinced that she hates Santiago and Santiago hates her, but proximity is doing proximity's work, and this is definitely a forced proximity. A little contemporary romance for YA. So she starts to wonder whether or not that's actually true as they continue to have all these interactions that may suggest otherwise. So it looks really cute. It looks really sweet. I think it's gonna pair really nicely with I Was Born for This, like little mini celebrity on tour YA books. I love it. Okay, I think we're off to a really good start. So these are the 5 books that I actually need to read for January of 2023. 5 books feels pretty doable. I'm really excited about this stack. I was able to get in Book Covered Book Club too with the gold foil details, but was not able to get Life and Death for the Buzzwordathon. Although maybe, I guess maybe I could make an argument for Widow. Could I make an argument for Widow? Because like you're a widow only if somebody has died. Maybe I can make this work for both book clubs. Oh my God, my mind is blown right now. So I'm gonna go back and see if that's the case, if I actually need the word life or death for this month, or if it's one of the flex months where you can kind of be loosey-goosey with your interpretation. But I think this could work. But I also need to pull a monthly troll card with all of you folks. Again, just to remind you what this is, if you're new to this channel or haven't been here in a while, the monthly troll is where I pull a troll bridge card. And I have to do that thing if I would like to protect myself from a punishment in February. I can't kind of hoard my successes. I have to use it or lose it the next month. But it's just like a fun challenge that could be something I physically have to do. It could be another book I have to read. There's a lot of different stuff in the Trollbridge picks, so we'll see. And it's something fun for us to kind of do together so that it can maybe inspire something that you're doing or reading this month. And if you decide to go for it, please let me know down in the comments what you go for. So let's pull our monthly troll.
Ba-ba-ba. What are we doing? Oh, library wish list.
So, library wish list. There's a lot of things on my library wish list. Oh, actually one just came through like 2 days ago. I've been on the wait list for so long for the Andy Serkis narrated version of The Fellowship of the Ring from like the Lord of the Rings series. So I'm gonna do that. This is perfect. Oh my God, I didn't get trolled at all. This is actually so kind. Thank you. Thank you, LitLand. Okay, so this is a great chance for you all, though, to use your local library. So please use your libraries. And if you haven't made a wish list, maybe this is your call to action to make a library wish list to join this challenge with me. All right, that's January. That's January's LitLand, friends. I'm super excited about how this is turning out. I can't wait to dive into these books, and you'll be seeing more from me soon. So thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you have a fantastic reading day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say, you should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced, and I'm gonna